Welcome. Today's Tech Talk is on Effective Technologies Transport version 5 new feature. Today's new feature is on the Simplified Data Collection. My name is Scott Buntin and I'll be presenting today's Tech Talk. Before we talk about the new Simplified Data Collection, I would like to take a moment to give you a brief overview of EffectTech's transport application. The transport application is a remedy application that moves data from CSV files to quickly load into staging forms. It is then validated before moving into the BMC ITSM applications. This process can be an iterative load process and does not require data to be removed that may be there previously. ET Transport is a remedy application that is fully integrated with ITSM, CMDB, SLM, and SRM, and these are no customizations within the transport install. Some of the benefits that we have seen through our customers with onboarding data with transport is lowering your remedy ITSM data management effort by 50%. We also have streamlined ITSM foundation management and simplified the ITSM people data management. Now that we have an idea of what ET Transport is, let's take a closer look at the new feature. So the Simplified Data Collection allows us to eliminate columns from your data sheets that are no longer used. Sometimes in the people data sheet and other data sheets that are quite large, there are columns that are not required that we just won't put data into them. So you can remove those safely by just using the Simplified Data Collection. Labeling for the columns is also something that has been improved. The column labels now can be relabeled to either fit a different language or to be shortened or whatever the requirement is. Create default data in columns that have redundant information. So there may be other columns in our data sheets that we'd like to specify certain data that is always going to be the default data. Okay, we can remove that column from the CSV data sheet and then enter the data in that column, so when it loads it always have that information. Let's take a closer look at the data sheets. So this is a comparison between the prior version of Transport and the new version. As you can see in the sheet above, there are numerous columns starting from left to right. We have the data link name. This column will always display the same data in each row. With the Simplified Data Collection, we can remove it. Also, we have the column name Corporate ID. It's more formally known with our IT managers as Corp ID, so we wanted to shorten it. We can relabel it, okay, with the Simplified Data Collection. Alright, so since we now have an idea of the idea of compressing our data sheets, relabeling, let's take a look at how we get this all started. Okay, so we are looking at a Simplified Data Collection and the console. And on the left hand side we have the definition name, which you'll name it, and that's in that gray area there. You can describe it. Leave the status. When you're just starting out, you will have different statuses on different sheets. Okay, and further on down you have the data details, so we can select our customer that we're building this definition out for. We also have the project name and the configuration name. Now those are important because those are going to be tied to this definition, and the configuration is the key here. The configuration needs to be turned on so that way we can use the Simplified Data Collection for that project. We also have the data directory and the data category and type. So all that information is very critical. Here we're looking at people data. And on the right hand side in the blue area we have mapping file columns, we have data file columns. The mapping file column, you have cells and we are looking at one there. It has data link name. Underneath that, there's a predefined value. Okay, we can change that, or we could configure whatever data we like in there. Here we have a drop down, so we'll select the 05 CSV to people data link. We don't want that column to display in our CSV file when I hand it off to our IT managers. On the right hand side, we have data link columns, and these all have a column name, a custom label, okay, and then we can also, that's where we can change that label. So instead of corporate ID or LAN ID, we can shorten that down to say corp ID. Okay, and then the result is what you see in front here in the CSV file. So to configure this and to get to that console we just were looking at, we need to go to our configuration for our project, and in this case here we will see down below underneath all that server, TCP port, username, data dictionary mapping, we will see our simplified data collection enabled, disabled. Okay, and then you also have the prefix. Okay, so the prefix is there for, so if you have, it doesn't, well, basically it doesn't overwrite other definitions that you have either built or the default out-of-the-box definitions. So that's critical. You want to make sure that that file name prefix is unique within that file directory. Okay, and then down below that you have a list in a table field of other CSV files that you have previously created for this configuration. And on one last note, just remember that the username here above is the user that is performing the migration of data. So if you're moving support groups, or if you're moving product categorizations or support or people, then you want to make sure that that user has those permissions to create that data on the ITSM world. So the simplified data collection has many useful benefits, from the ease of onboarding data to setting predefined or default data in fields. Okay, the simplified data collection has proven results with all of our clients and has made their CSV and their process and their methodology a lot easier, and the learning curve has dropped tremendously. So here are some other new features that we have for Transport version 5. We have the export of BMC foundation data, and from here you can export data and import that on another server. We also have a tech talk on that one. With self-service data management is the next new feature. This is a out of the box from Transport. It's a service request that allows you to request permissions or support group association from SR. Okay, we have another tech talk on that one. So check out all these features and more on our website or on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.